defense for her. She takes pictures all the time. So.
I'm videotaping them.
Some, I know, like your doctors, maybe, they sometimes measure. You ever see your blood work, like we say CBC, the complete blood count, and then you have things like your basophil, neutrophils, whatever some of the other immune receptive markers are. And one of the ones, the subtractions that you use, not all the blood works, so you have to get a more specific one, is the IL-6, which is the interleukin 6. And that's a very strong inflammatory marker and component. And a lot of doctors, they really know what they're doing and practice functional medicine. They'll test for that. They'll actually get that separate test on there because they'll immediately tell you what stress is. That simple, how stressed out your mind is right now. Whether you just got to go through a divorce or whether you just got done through a marathon, that's going to be up or down regardless. So it's a very, very good indicator. Age, unfortunately, there's so little we can do about that as we age. But again, our perception has really been skewed of what proper aging is and what improper aging is. Everybody that you see around us, we are aging improperly, we're prematurely aging very, very bad. But regardless, obviously, if you're 20 as opposed to 60 or 70, well, you're going to get into a, even I'm saying if you're awesomely healthy, you're truly healthy, you are going to have a deficit. They're just a part of it. But that does not mean that you should be, again, succumbing to and becoming a victim of sleep all the time. Mood, that's a huge one too. If you're optimistic or pessimistic or how you perceive your environment. You can have two people and somebody might perceive things as constantly a threat, constantly a freak out nation, constantly like, oh my God, that's going to happen, the meteor is going to come down and the store's going to blow us up, or somebody honks the horn and they flip out their radio and shoot somebody. As opposed to somebody else might perceive it of like, it's all good. It really is. So that's something, unfortunately, that is far and beyond the scope of the seminar. However, I can tell you this. Let's go ahead and go right back to what we talked about, the immunity with the healthy gut bacteria in your stomach and having the proper composition. Well, if you have a healthy gut composition, that your microbiome is healthy, the ratios of bacteria, type of bacteria are healthy, your mood will guarantee to be a lot better. Like that cliche saying that it kind of goes, you can't have a happy thought on a sour stomach. Well, that's literally true. It really is. I mean, just think about like a simple fact, you haven't gone to the bathroom in a few days, and you really feel great. I mean, you really do. And then you go to the bathroom, I don't know if you guys haven't experienced that, but I'm sure pretty much has it. You go, wow, I feel so much lighter, I feel so much better, like your energy comes up, and wow. I mean, I've been there. I can tell you that. My personal testimony is, I'm not going to go into here, is that by the time I was 27 years old, I was on 5 psychiatric medications. And I was told that that's the way it is. It's hereditary. I have to live it for the rest of my life. And as better medications and better isomers of those medications come available, I'll get titrated up and down, and that's the way I have to work. And the reason why I was on those medications is because I had severe panic attacks, severe anxiety, bipolar disorder, ADHD. And at the same time, I was an athlete. I looked at anybody looking at me like, man, what's wrong? There's nothing wrong with you. You're constantly about to look like you. But it was on my digestion. I have severely bad digestion. I completely destroyed my digestion because of the practices. And long story short, after I rebuilt my system, starting from here, completely different body. Off the medication, never been back on them, and never will. And I haven't had a panic or anxiety since then. I'm not saying this is a cure of it all, but the physical aspect, which are those symptoms that were propagated, they're gone. And if you do the research, you can see why. If you guys notice, even on public TV now, there's almost probiotic supplements that everybody's saying. Because people catch up, even the medical community is catching up. So, and it's very easy, believe it or not, to fix it. All right, so I'm not going to go into this. This is kind of just some guidelines. Let's go textbook guidelines for exercising while sick. This is something that you guys can keep at home. If you want to email me, I can even email you the whole PDF. If you want to print it, color, make it bigger. But these are just kind of some explanations and general guidelines of what to look for. Because one of the biggest mistakes that I have made over the years, and I see people make, is as soon as they feel better, they go down, they go back to square one, and okay, routine as usual. exercising, no sleeping, working out like crazy, going basically 100 miles an hour. And you can actually relapse and go back a lot further than you even started. So if you don't allow your body to heal properly, you can really devastate yourself in the long run. Does that kind of make sense? That's pretty much it. And there's a lot of little little tidbits of information that honestly, if you're fair to yourself and you actually keep it by your bed for a few weeks and you just go over it every night, and you learn that and you memorize that, and you kind of revisit it perhaps once a month, you'd be amazed if you practice those things, how much time and money and pain, believe me, you will save by not being sick. I used to get sick usually 3 times a year. One in the summer, one in the winter. Sometimes winter, spring, without fail. It was a lot of this high fever. I'll be out for like a week, sometimes 10 days. And those practices made a massive difference. They went right along with everything that I changed too, about my lifestyle and everything else. Sleeping, not over-exercising because I used to over-exercise. Eating healthy food, drinking healthy water, taking probiotics, rebuilding my gastrointestinal flora. So I'm going to go into actually showing you guys some supplements